Gotcha. So what other kind of, so you talked about the garment district, the diamond district a little bit. What other
Well,
kind of,
there's lucrative businesses. There's that you could own a car dealership, or you could have a piece of it. So you don't have to own the whole thing, but you got a piece of it, which is good. Okay, like I told you, when I went and bought my Lincoln when I first came home, and the guy saw me with the bag of money, the gun, and everything. But
right.
he had somebody, I didn't know who he had. He had my friend Frank Salerno back then, and Frank Salerno, you know, vouched for me, and he said this and that, and so I guess Frank had something to do with that place. What he did, I didn't know, was none of my business, but he had something to do with the place, and that's how I was able to get my car.
Do you think business owners, when approached by a wise guy and they make you an offer, hey, do you want double the business? You just take me in
Sure.
as, but do you think that they felt more of the time threatened, or like is that like a good thing? Would you know what I mean?
You know, it all depends. If your reputation, somebody might know you at the place, and that's why or they send somebody over there. They know of the guy. They send their underlings under there. But basically, a lot of times, even when I would walk into a place, they can kind of see that I wasn't a guy that, they seen I was a serious person. Probably figured I was connected somehow, some way.
Right.
And, I was fortunate because my name in my town, everybody knew who I was, my family, and everything like that. So it was a lot easier, like in my town. Going out of town, of course, but you get to meet the right people, the word gets out.
So do you think that those business owners were happy to be approached by the mob, like more of the time, or kind of like, because that's, I mean, you're gonna make more money, but then it's the added kind of stress or danger of dealing with these guys.
Yeah, some people won't get involved no matter what you promise them, and that's okay. You don't need them a lot of times. There's no need to threaten anybody or bother like that anymore, or and depending on how bad it is. It's almost like when you had Sonny, and you had Michael, the Godfather. When Sonny talked out of turn when his father said, "I don't want to do anything with the drugs," that was a big mistake. When you go to a sit down or you go to any meeting like that, you don't do any talking. The boss does the talking. You shut up. You tell him what you have to tell him later. Okay? But that's the reason why that guy Salazzo, because he had some backing of other people, he convinced those other people that we have a good thing here. The money was so great. Then that's why they said, let's get rid of the Godfather. They
Right.
didn't even care about his connections, and he had good connections. But that's guys, like I show you, if they go to a business like, say, a restaurant bar or something, it's really making tons of money, and you could even make it double, triple it, and you really wanted it that bad, and then the owners say he didn't want to do it. Sometimes a guy can all of a sudden, maybe he gets into a car accident. Now somebody says, "I'll come in, I'll buy it from his wife or something." Or, I'll come in as a partner or whatever. That can happen too. Anything can happen. It all depends on how bad they want the business.